On Thursday, February 5th, the Vanguard was invited to the red carpet premiere of Coraline at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. There, our correspondent spoke with some of the cast and crew of the film, a feature over 5 years in the making. Coraline is the first stop-motion animated film to be shot in stereoscopic 3D. That, combined with Real D technology, and the results are breathtaking.
Well, the major difference between what most people think of the old 3D, which was red and green glasses, it was called anaglyph glasses. This is like comparing the Wright brothers with the space shuttle. It's a fundamental difference, and the biggest difference is it's 30 years of 3D science. We provide technology to NASA and the military, Fortune 500 companies, and we've married that with a digital projector. So two differences. 3D science is very involved, or that's very evolved, and digital projection technology. With digital, we can get a perfect image every time, and that's the big difference. So when you go into a Real D equipped theater, you feel like you're in the movie. You feel like it's real, it's lifelike. This is the biggest change since color and sound.
Now, instead of wearing 3D glasses, you wear Real D glasses.
You're wearing 3D glasses.
I am.
Yeah.
I am wearing 3D
So
glasses.
am I in 3D? Am I like receding from you now?
You are. If I take them...
Oh, if I go flat again.
Yeah, there's no glitz, no glamour.
I'm wondering, am I looking strange to you?
No, actually, you can see right through.
You can see right. They're almost cool, right?
Yeah.
Like they're almost cool.
Almost cool. They're
Sunglasses.
almost there.
Like this close to being cool sunglasses.
Coraline was produced by Portland area Leica Studios and directed by Henry Selick, director of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Travis Knight, son of Nike co-founder and Leica owner Phil Knight, served as the production's lead animator.
Well, there are 4 lead animators, but yeah, I was one of the lead animators, right?
The most prolific.
I'm trying to be humble, but yeah, there's 1,400 shots in the film. I think I probably did over 150 of them, so yeah. I've been involved in the project for 3 years. The actual production was about 19 months, but pre-production, everything, it's been about 2 years.
In the lead role of Coraline is Dakota Fanning, who briefly discussed the craziness of promoting 2 films both coming out the same day.
If you're here, what about the Push premiere?
I'm lucky that already happened last week. Yeah.
Oh, that already happened last week?
Yeah,
So
did.
you had to go through this whole song and dance 2 weeks in a row?
I did, which is still really fun. It never gets old. It's always kind of surreal.
Alongside Fanning's Coraline is Wybie, a character created strictly for the screen and voiced by actor Robert Bailey Jr.
When you were recording, did they give you any concept art or footage or anything?
Actually, they did. I think after my first or second session, I got a lot of the QuickTime footage of the actual scenes. But before that, I'd already seen some of the sets and the puppets and what they were building, so I knew a lot about it. But actually, actual footage maybe after my second sessions.
I understand you filmed in Portland before. Is that correct?
Yeah, I filmed a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? And that was my first time in Portland. That was a great experience. I've been here maybe 6 times now, and I love it here actually. So I'm always excited to come back up here.
In the role of Coraline's mother is Terry Hatcher, who discussed playing 3 different iterations of Coraline's mom.
Well, I really just created 3 different characters based on, 3 different situations. So the real mom is exhausted and over it and doesn't have any nurturing left in her or patience. And the other mom, I think, needed to just be able to effortlessly create just everything perfectly. And the evil mom was really about letting out all the rage that you feel when you're deeply rejected. And that's sort of where that came from.
We also had the chance to speak with Coraline's creator, Neil Gaiman, who discussed his newest comic book, a story about the death of Batman, which hit shelves Wednesday, February 11th.
Well, the nice people at DC Comics called me up and said, how would you like to write the last Batman story? And when somebody phones you up and says, how would you like to write the last Batman story? You don't say, I don't have time, and you don't say, are you mad, and you don't say, no, I can't. You say, sure, especially when they suggest that Andy Kubert might want to draw it. And Andy I have no idea whether the story is any good or not. I do know that pretty much on every page of the comic, I've asked Andy Kubert to do the impossible, and in pretty much every page, sometimes in every panel, he does the impossible for me, and it's been a real delight working with him.
As for Coraline, the consensus on review aggregator site Rotten Tomatoes is that Coraline is visually stunning and wondrously entertaining.
It's a fantastic handcrafted movie. It's really interesting because we're taking 100-year-old technology, stop motion, and we're combining it with 21st century technology with Real D, and you just feel like you're part of the movie.
I've seen it twice, and I'm loving it every time more and more. There's so much beautiful detail in it that it definitely is a kind of a classic thing you can see over and over.
The animators were so great with mannerisms and whatnot, it really filled in the characters.
Yeah, I think most people in animation do kind of have that kind of geeky side of it where Neil Gaiman, yeah, like Henry, he's an icon. He's an incredible writer, a brilliant and fertile mind, and loved the book before I knew we were ever going to make the film.
For more on Coraline, visit dailyvanguard.com or vanguardmindloop.blogspot.com, where you can find a review, in-depth interviews with Dakota Fanning, Henry Selick, and Neil Gaiman, and photos from the red carpet premiere.